What's good, Bams?
What's poppin'? What's poppin'? What's poppin'?
Chilling, baby. How you doing?
Man, I'm maintaining, man, chilling,
Wow.
enjoying life, man.
Yeah, welcome to Miami, baby. I know it's cold as fuck up there, so we want to give you some of this freaking Miami sunshine and heat, dog. Wow.
Hey, yo, I love Miami, bro. Like Miami literally is like if I could live anywhere besides New York, it'll be Miami first, man.
Yeah, man. Come down here. Fucking you do a lot of work with Salam Remy. Salam Remy's from down here, huh?
Yeah, that's my guy. You know what I'm saying? It's 2.5, 3 hours on the airplane. Like I could be in Miami in the morning, be in New York at night. Like it's just convenient, man.
Bomb. Well, before I get off track, we got a method of doing things here. Welcome to WVCC Scythe Life Radio, man. We are a small, hungry, underground, independent hip hop station from out here. We represent that real shit. We represent Latin hip hop, and we fucks with Bodega Bamz all the way, man. But I don't want to introduce you. I want you to introduce yourself. We ask 3 questions of all our guests. What's your name? Where's you from? And what you rep, player?
Yo, my name is Bodega Bamz. I rep Spanish Harlem, New York. My dad is from Dominican Republic. My mom is from Puerto Rico, man.
Got the Caribe on lock. All you freaking missing is the freaking aunt from Cuba, and you freaking straight, dog.
Yeah, man. Yeah, but you know what? I represent all my peoples, man. I represent all my Caribbeans, my Jamaicans too. You know what I'm saying? You from the Bahamas, whoever you from, man. You know what I'm saying? I represent everybody, man. You know what I'm saying? This is not DR and PR.
Man, we gotta stay united, baby, at Caribe, dog. It's funny, man. If you look at it, the moves that have been made against the whole Caribbean, if you see it, and there's mad wealth in the Caribbean that's not talked about right now. They're mining for freaking gold in Haiti and Santo Domingo like crazy, dog, and people don't talk about that. But there's a reason why they let all our Caribbean islands go impoverished, man, so that they could come in there and freaking and reap the benefits, man. It's freaking sad, man. But I want to give salute to you, brother, because you always represent the Tam Boys. You represent freaking Latinx, dog. You represent for Latin hip hop to the fullest, brother. And salute to you from other Latinos that fucks with the heart, brother. Tell us a little bit about yourself, man, because we got a mixed crowd here. I got people who just came into the room that are like, bro, I've been fucking with Bodega Bamz since fucking 2015, dog. I can't believe you're going to have him on your show. I'm here for this tonight, H. And then I got some cats that I'm playing tracks by you, and they're like, dog, who is this cat? They're like, yo. So let them know a little bit about you, dog. Grew up in Spanish Harlem. Tell the people down here in Miami where everywhere is Spanish Harlem over here. Freaking, we got Spanish Harlem from county line to county line. Tell us about what Spanish Harlem is in New York and Manhattan, dog.
I mean, Spanish Harlem is a section in Manhattan in New York. It's on the east side of Manhattan. It's on the opposite direction of Harlem, which, you know what I'm saying, is more world renowned. And, you know, Spanish Harlem has been a kind of like a hub for a lot of Latinos, starting with a lot of Puerto Ricans in the 60s, late 50s. And then Dominicans started coming in the 80s, and then Mexicans started coming right after. Before that, Spanish Harlem was a huge demographic of people that lived in Spanish Harlem were a lot of Italians, a lot of Jewish in the early 1900s. I mean, there's a lot of underground mafioso history in Spanish Harlem. A lot of the huge mafia people who followed the 5 families of New York and the Gambinos and the Genovese. There was a lot of things that was going on in Spanish Harlem in like the 40s and the 50s. So, you know, Spanish Harlem has been around for a little minute. It turned into Spanish Harlem in El Barrio. I would say it was like a big boom, like in the 70s when Salsa hit.
Yeah.
You know, Hector Lavoe used to live in Spanish Harlem. You know what I'm saying? We had, you know, Willie Colon used to stay in Spanish Harlem. We had a Puerto Rican prize champion fighter named Hector Camacho. He's from Spanish Harlem.
I've heard of him. Yeah.
So
come on, man. Come on.
Yeah.
Macho Camacho?
From the 80s.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, Macho Camacho is from Spanish Harlem. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, we had a big boom in the 70s and the 80s as far as like Puerto Ricans and Latinos in Spanish Harlem. And, you know, I think that's when it started to get his name. It started to get his own lane, his own fabric. Because, again, you know, Harlem is worldwide, world known. Harlem has had a rich history for hundreds of years. Spanish Harlem is relatively new compared to like Harlem, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, well respected. Fashion is great. You know what I'm saying? It's if I could compare the two, I would say like Spanish Harlem is like the little brother of Harlem.
All right. Where's the spot? It comes out on a lot of cats give it a shout out on records and stuff. I guess there used to be like a poppin' underground spot in Spanish Harlem where a lot of MCs got their started. Like a lot of the underground cats, indie cats that I grew up listening to would always give a shout out to a spot in Spanish Harlem. Where was it at?
Well, there's a few spots in Spanish Harlem. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a few spots in Spanish Harlem. There's Taino Towers. There's a lot of projects in Spanish Harlem, like Wagner projects, Jefferson Johnson, you know, Black Rob, who used to be with Bad Boy, had a song called Whoa.
Oh yeah.
I think he's from like Jefferson Projects in Spanish Harlem. There was another rapper named G Dep, who was in Bad Boy. He's from another projects in Spanish Harlem. Taino Towers is another area in Spanish Harlem that is dominated by Puerto Ricans, Tainos, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot of different little spots in Spanish Harlem. There's downtown Spanish Harlem. Spanish Harlem is like I would say it's like probably like a 2 mile radius. So it's like starts on, I would say, and don't quote me on this because I'm not a geographical dude, but the Spanish Harlem I know, it starts on 96 and it ends on 125th Street. And in between those streets, you have about 6, 7, 8 different avenues. So I would say roughly it's probably like a mile and a half.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So there's a whole bunch of little spots, little niches there. Like again, like I brung up Mafia and I brung up, you know, the 5 families. There's an area called Pleasant Avenue that's still in existence to this day that's dominated by Italians where there used to be a lot of mafiosos back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Like they shot The Godfather in Spanish Harlem. There's a school called Manhattan Center with Cameron went and Mace and those guys. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of dope stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a mural in Spanish Harlem called The Crack is Whack, where there was an artist from the 80s and the early 90s named Keith Haring who died. He was super famous. He was a super famous underground graffiti artist that went worldwide.
Okay.
He did like a mural over here or whatever. So it's mad different spots, bro. You know what I'm saying? There's a Cuchi Fritos that been there since 40, 50 years. And if you don't know what Cuchi Frito is, it's like a fast food, straight fried food. You know what I'm saying? There's a Cuchi Frito spot that's been there forever. You know what I'm saying? So there's mad different spots, bro.
When my first New York and friends started moving down here and my Puerto Rican friends started telling me about Cuchi Frito, dog, I was like, how the hell do you eat something called Cuchi Frito, dog? That shit sounds like fried pussy, dog. What the fuck is that shit, dog? And you're like, yo, you gotta try Cuchi Frito, dog. Dog, Puerto Ricans and Dominicans have the funniest shit of calling fucking slamming ass street food, dog. But it represents, man. How'd you get your start out there, man? I've been banging the El Camino now for the last 2 weeks. I don't know if you caught wind, man. I always tag you on the shits. We do a little blog on our website, and Jordan hit me up with the El Camino. Jordan, your publicist, man. Salute to Jordan Commander, freaking a hustler, man. He fucking stays grinding out there.
Yeah, man.
And he hit me up with the El Camino. He's
Jordan's incredible.
Yo, he's a beast, man. He's a beast. And when I went back and did my history on him, the magazine he used to run, everything. He's a grinder, man, and he's bringing good hip hop and making sure it's spread out there. So he blessed me with the El Camino. I started bumping, and I did a little write up and review. And on the first track on that joint, the music Love Story, right? Fantastic freaking track. And you give credit. You're like, the homie Smoke Dizza introduced me to you. You're using the whole metaphor, and it's been done before, like Common did I Used to Love and shit. But it was dope how you did it, because you were doing it like from a young cat trying to step to the fly, honey, to the dime piece that everybody wanted to get to, and how you fucking got in the back. But then you tell the flip side of it, that she's a trifling ass bitch, dog. She's a freaking demanding ass bitch that's fucking a heartbreaker, dog. And that song at the end, you're like, damn, was it even worth it, man? Bomb, but I'm here now. Right, but it's fucking full of gems. But you credit Smoke Dizza for introducing you to Smoke Dizza, somebody we fucked with big time over here. Break that down to us, man. What you mean by that line, and how'd that go down?
So people ask me how did I start rapping, and how did I get my start in rapping, and what happened and what introduced me and whatnot. And what I'm telling people now is, because I never really shared this story before, but I'm sharing it now. You know, I never thought I'd be a rapper. You feel me? Like I never thought I'd be a rapping and making music. I never thought about that. You know what I'm saying? Like I grew up in a Christian background. My house didn't play rap music. It wasn't until I was a teenager I started getting into rappers. So I didn't have a cousin that was a DJ or uncle that was an A&R. I wasn't in that kind of lifestyle. Um, I went to high school, and when I went to high school, it was in a totally different area that I was used to. So I'm from Spanish Harlem, so my high school was on the west side. So again, it's the total opposite of where I'm from, but it's a totally different kind of environment. So when I went to high school, I remember vividly the first day pulling up to high school. Now I'm scared, I'm nervous, I don't know nobody around here. You know what I'm saying? It's a different ball game for me. And I remember pulling up to high school and I see commotion out front. I see a big crowd, I see people around, I see women, I see niggas going crazy. So I'm trying to figure out what's going on, and it was a battle rap. So that was the first time I ever seen that or ever was around that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking at this shit like, oh, this is fire. So I'm peeping who's the rappers. And at the time, little did I know one of the rappers, the main rapper who was controlling the battle, who was the man in the battle, was Smoke DZA. So I didn't know that was Smoke DZA at that particular time. I found out later on, about a year later. So when I seen that, immediately, being a young kid, being a kid trying to be accepted in a new area, trying to figure out what I want to do, that was the motivation. I'm like, oh nah, I need to be a rapper, because I seen him. So I made it my business to not study work, not be excel academically. Now I want to be a rapper, nigga. Like I'm going, and that was my whole introduction to rapping. And then from that, you know, a little bit time passed, and I actually met Smoke DZA. And when I met Smoke DZA, he showed me the whole different world of rapping. But that's when I got introduced to becoming a rapper. I want to be a rapper. Watching this dude battle, not knowing who he was, and being motivated by that, and identifying with that, saying, "Oh nah, I gotta do the same shit."
So for all y'all out there who saying Smoke DZA is just a fucking drug rapper, a fucking trap rapper and stuff with the dog, yo, that's fucking.
I knew Smoke, I knew Smoke for, damn man, over 20 years. Like that's my brother. You know what I'm saying? Like that's my brother. Like I knew Smoke for over 20 years. Still, I seen him the other day. I knew Smoke before he was even smoking. You know what I'm saying? Before he was even smoking, I was with Smoke. And we used to cut school together. You know what I'm saying? From me and Smoke went from cutting school together to go on tour together, man. You know what I mean? Like the first time I ever got rap money was through Smoke. Like I remember the first check I ever got through rap was a ringtone check when they were doing the ringtone for the next steps. Pardon 1 second.
All good.
And yeah, man. So yeah, that's my brother. He was the one who introduced me, and you know what I'm saying, I had to find my way.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. Like now, cats see cats rhyming and stuff, and whatever. Once you get to the level that you cats are at, you have a brand, and you have an image you put out, and everybody's got their story and they're putting out, right? But like for us down here, right, in Miami, we got Pitbull, Mr. Worldwide. And cats see Pitbull and they play him. They're like, this motherfucker wearing the tight white pants and freaking but this motherfucker got his name out here in Miami battling Dragon when DMX came down to shoot a video, and he went out there just to fucking meet him out on the block and say like, I want to battle anybody from freaking Rough Riders. I mean, never underestimate somebody just because they're in the limelight now. Go ahead.
Let me tell you something about Pitbull. Number one, Pitbull, in my eyes, is one of the most underrated rap artists. Pitbull is a person, me personally, that I look at and I would want my career to be like his.
Word.
And he's the only Latino that I can say that for right now. Like, I look at Pitbull as a success story.
Yes.
I look at Pitbull as a trailblazer. I look at Pitbull as you living the ultimate high. You know what I'm saying? Like, again, like, he's not the conventional Latino rapper or whatever, but it's undeniable his business acumen. It's undeniable his hustle, and he's literally one of the most undervalued, underappreciated rap artists,
It's
bro.
true, man. It's
I look up to Pitbull.
Oh, salute for you for saying that, man. I'm glad we got that. We're gonna chop that up and freaking post that up because that's great to show Latin MCs giving love to Latin MCs, especially when they're being successful, man.
Niggas don't show enough love to Pitbull. Niggas don't be doing that. And what I respect about Pitbull is that he don't even look for that shit. Nigga don't even care about that. Like, I don't know him, but if I can go off of what I see, nigga ain't out here trying to do the clout shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he dressing up in suits, bro. Like, who don't want to dress up in suits? Like, when you think about a grown man, think about a man getting money. I want to go to work in a suit. I don't want to go to work in no shirt. Like, that's for the hustlers. Like, I already did that. You know what I'm saying? So again, he's a great example, a huge inspiration. You know what I'm saying? Definitely.
Let me tell you something. Now that we got to that crux, because I know that that you went into acting, you're spreading your career and growing your career into the acting realm. And I saw an interview you did. I think it was I don't know if it was with Rosenberg. It was just when you had just gotten the role for the Showtime show, and you had lost all the weight you came in there. And they were even saying that, like, damn, yo, you carrying yourself different now and everything. And I was peeping game at that time, and I'm here like, and it's the same thing with Pitt. Pitt came from the street from doing real thugged out music, and they say, legend has it, that Emilio Estefan, Gloria Estefan's husband, took him under his wings. They're like, yo, you're a grown man, you got to start dressing grown, you got to leave all that street stuff behind and start doing it. And what I see that's interesting is, I see in a lot of ways. I mean, you still do the street music, you still do your real freaking hip hop and shit. But I've seen how you move, Bam, and you talk about it a lot. How you've had to learn how to maneuver now in the bigger business and how to carry yourself in different rooms and stuff. Because now you're rolling with people that are in different levels, and they're not from that street thing. You have to know how to maneuver in it. Jay-Z doesn't walk into a boardroom meeting talking all street, and he knows how to carry, and you have to know how to carry yourself in every circumstance, man. And I see the same drive in you as we've seen in Pitbull, man. Tell us a little bit about that, man. How'd you get into the whole acting thing, bro?
I mean, with the whole acting thing, so the way I said I never thought I'll be a rapper, total opposite with acting. I always thought I'll be an actor. I always felt like I was going to be in movies. I always felt like I was supposed to be in shows and films. And so when I got the opportunity to be on the Showtime show, it was a dream come true, bro. It was a dream come true. Like, that's the closest definition I can give to it. Like, it was something that since a little boy, I always envisioned me doing. I just didn't know how to get to it. I didn't know the right people, and I didn't know the right avenues. So it took rap, and it took me to make a name for myself in rap, for somebody to notice me for that world. You feel me? And how it happened was literally somebody emailed me one day, a casting director for the show, Smith. They emailed me looking for me, and they wanted me to audition for the part of such and such for the show. And I auditioned for the part, and the rest is history. You know what I'm saying? And that's how organically and how it happened. And that's how God moves, bro. You feel me? Like, again, like, this was something that since a boy I wanted to do, but I didn't know how to do it. So because I didn't know how to do it, but God knew I wanted to do it, he knew the right time to put it in my life. And the way he put it in my life was so smooth that it makes me know that this is what I'm supposed to be doing. You feel me? So, I'm transitioning, I'm doing both. I'm doing rapping and I'm doing music, you know what I'm saying? I'm still doing the acting right now. I'm still auditioning as much as I can. I got my agents always sending me different opportunities for auditions. So, but acting is something that I would like to eventually transition fully into. You know what I'm saying? Like, eventually music. I don't want to do music when I'm 45, bro. I want to act, nigga, till I'm 60.
Word.
You know what I'm saying? I want to act till I'm 70, bro. Like I want to act as an old man.
Want to be
I
on your
don't want to
Ricardo
rap when I'm
Montalban shit and
41,
shit.
bro. Yeah, facts. You know what I'm saying? So that's the kind of the plan. You know, that's the plan I have. You know, God has his own plan. You know what I'm saying? But the plan I have, you know what I'm saying, is to eventually one day be 100%. I'm not even doing the music. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm not saying that in a bad way, like not doing the music, but saying in the sense that I transitioned, I moved on. You know what I mean?
We're levels, man, and we're growing. We constantly growing. You can't be the same person you were 10 years ago. And if that's what the vision is, you had the vision as a young child and you manifested it, and you're seeing it and you're focused on it, you're gonna manifest it, brother. God's gonna open those doors and windows. I mean, I was gonna say, so what? You went out to an audition, you looked up roles, you were called? No, this motherfucker says the agent called me and said, I got a role for you. Brother, that's manna from the sky, dog. That's freaking God opening the door and saying, yo, here, walk on through. Let's take a step back from the acting career. I'm gonna be 100 with you. I'm gonna keep it, dog. I'm gonna keep it a stack because I know that's the kind of person you are.
Do that. My record label was called 100 Keep It.
There you go. First time I heard of Bodega Bamz, I went over to do a podcast like this over at my man Nick Fury. Respect, salute to Nick Fury, one of the freaking illest producers out here in Kendall, Miami, Florida. And as I'm waiting to do the show with him, he's mixing and stuff, and he throws on freaking Hola. Oh, he fucking starts playing the No Panties.
Oh.
And you come out on the first verse, and I was like, who the fuck is this? Right? And he's like, there's no panties. I'm like, yo, I'm like, yo, did the beat come out of, yo, what is this fucking Puerto Rican deliciousness sounding?
Shout out to my nigga Juju.
Yo, that shit, the beat banging, Rum Nitty killing that shit, and of course, Big Bro Joel. That whole album was fucking fantastic, man, and that's when I got introduced to Bodega Bamz. And then when I went back listening to your whole catalog, right, it's just evident, bro, that you can do it all on whatever type beat. If you listen to El Camino, you got joints on there that are smooth and you're killing it. You have a mind for the freaking hooks. You know how to bounce on any tempo, man. But to catch you, because I'm an underground head dog. I've always listened to that fucking just grimy left field shit, and that freaking No Panties was that shit, dog. How was it freaking linking up with Joel? Let us know. I know you guys have a long history and stuff, but let us know a little bit about that, and because that I think broke you out to a whole other market of lyricists, not corner stoop sitting heads that were just listening to freaking the Cats on the Block, right? But lyricists that are like, yo, this dude's pen is nasty, right? And then when we heard you doing the street shit, we're like, oh shit, he could do that shit too, which not a lot of cats can do. So let us know a little bit about that history there, man. And,
right. Me and Joel, I met Joel back in 2012. I did a record with Joel Ortiz called off my debut project called My Name is Poppy Part 2, and was Joel Ortiz featuring Tego. So I got Joel Ortiz and he brought Tego Calderon. So that was how I got introduced to Joel. I knew who Joel was, obviously, before that. One of the best Puerto Rican lyricists ever. You know what I mean? That's not even debatable. So how No Banti came along was, you know, me and Joel, you know what I'm saying, we since I met him, we always kept in contact and whatnot. Worked on music here and there. I worked on singles with him. He's, you know what I'm saying, he's called me to do some features and shit. And one day he just called me like, yo, Bams, Salam Remy, which was a producer that I always wanted to work with. Like when I used to do my earlier interviews and people would ask me like, what producer would you want to work with? I would always say Salam Remy because Nas is a big influence. And one of my favorite Nas songs is A Thief's Theme, and Salam Remy produced that. Word. So always wanted to work with Salam Remy. I knew Salam Remy for working with His list goes on. You know what I'm saying? Like the people he done work with. You know what I'm saying? Amy Winehouse and
Lauren,
what have you. So Lauren with the Fugees and all that. So Joel called me one day like, yo, Bams, Salam hit me up. And he like, yo, I wanna do this Latino kind of sound vibe album, but I need like a group of artists and I need a few people. And Joel told me that he was like, yo, you familiar with Bodega Bamz? And Salam was like, yeah, because at that particular time I had a record called Don Francisco, and the record was going crazy in New York primarily. So a lot of industry heads, they were getting introduced to me because I was getting played on the radio because of that song. So Salam was familiar with me. So when Joel called me with the idea, I was like, hell yeah. Immediately when I heard Salam Remy, I immediately wanted to do it. And the girl Nitty Scott, I met her too in 2012. Me and her met, you know what I'm saying? We know each other. We had a friendship. So I was already familiar with both of them. I just wasn't familiar with Salam. At first, they wanted to just send records, but I suggested that, yo, if we want a real good album, we all got to be in the studio together. Because that way, I'll get the best out of Joel, I can get the best out of Nitty, and vice versa. So I suggested we all be in the studio together. So Salam was like, all right, cool. I'll fly y'all out to Miami. So we flew out to Miami and we worked on the whole album like 3 days. Like, yo, bro, that shit was the most one of the most firest sessions I've ever had, bro. Like just 3 days nonstop working, bro.
wow.
And I'm such a worker, like Salam Remy, you know what I'm saying? He has a studio and he has like 3 different studios in his crib. So he has one on the top floor, one on the middle floor, and one on the basement. So while Joel was in the basement, I'm on the top floor. So then when Joel's done in the basement, he sent me to the basement. He sent Joel to the top floor. So we just running up and down his crib, recording mad different shit. And that's how we came up with the album. Like, it was like a boot camp, you know what I'm saying? And I was there. I already knew, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I knew Joel Ortiz's pen. I knew Nitty Scott's pen. But I kind of was there. I wanted to spearhead the whole thing. Like, I wanted literally to push these niggas, like the both of them. Like, I wanted to outwork. Like, I wanted to be the dude that was always on cue, on point. And it was a great album, bro. And it was amazing, man. It was an amazing the way it came about, the way it happened. Like, it was no egos. Niggas was humble. We was eating food. Like, it was having a good time. And we was just bouncing ideas off of each other. And you know, Salam Remy his name speaks for himself. This guy's a legendary producer. You know what I'm saying? So he was the overseer, you know what I'm saying? And yo, that was incredible, man. That was an incredible time, man.
That's one of my favorites.
And that record in particular, that record that you talking about, that Hola, like the minute I heard it, you know what I'm saying? Like, I said, nah, I'm gonna set it off. And a lot of records, Salam would throw me first because of my energy and because of my charisma. You know what I'm saying? Like, he wanted to throw me in the Lions Den first. So yeah, man, like that was amazing, man. Like that's a time where I'm always going to cherish because it was incredible. And it was a once in a lifetime time of being in the presence of those incredible MCs in Salam Remy.
Let me tell you, brother, it's one of my favorite albums, dog. I love that shit. For one, because of the whole Puerto Rican vibe. I'm Cuban, dog. Fucking, I got mad Puerto Rican family, mad Dominican family. So the whole record I love. The fact that you guys did that shit in 3 days now and fucking recorded it down in Miami.
3 days.
That shit just makes it even more classic. I'm gonna tell you, when I played it right before you came on. I played like 5 songs of yours back to back, and I played that joint, and I saw that my time was running out. I'm like, nah, I ain't got time for the Joel verse. I just let like the first 3 bars. I'm like, we got to move on to the next one. And my crowd lit up the fucking emojis like, yo, put that shit back. What was that? And there were so many people that still don't even know about that shit. No Panties. You guys got to check that shit. Fantastic album. But after that, man, Salam has done a solo EP with Joel. You did a couple singles with Salam. but that energy you guys caught there, man, was lightning in a bottle. Before I get to the new album, I just want to ask, man, because I got a lot of people who hit me up today. I always send out some core audience members a text, yo, what do you want me to ask them? And a lot of people asking, can we ever expect a No Panties 2, dog? Freaking, or is that, I know you've dropped some
I
singles with
mean,
Joel, but
I think that ultimately has to. I think that ultimately falls upon Salam Remy. If Salam Remy say let's go, then let's go. I think he has to be the one who ultimately wants to do another one. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's up to him, really. You know what I mean? And if he wants to do it, of course. Like, because what I'm seeing with that album is it's aging very good too.
fantastic.
Like,
Yes,
it's
man.
as getting as it's getting older, it's getting even better.
Yes, man.
And that's very important with music, right? Like, sometimes, you make music for the moment and it's fire for the moment, but then 5 years, 6 years from now, you really can't hear it no more. Like, that's an album that, as the years progress, I'm not even worried about. It's gonna continue getting better and better and better and better, as far as like just to the ears and the sound and sonically and the topics. And so again, like, I'm down to do another one, but ultimately it'll have to be Salam Remy to be like, yo, let's put it back together. And Salam, man, he got a whole bunch of stuff on his plate. He just did I just think he did the soundtrack for a movie about Billie Holiday that
Yes.
just won a Golden Globe. Like, Salam always running around, and that's my dude. Like, Salam, like, I call myself Salam's favorite rapper. Like, every time I hit Salam, I'm like, yo, your favorite rapper, man. What's up, nigga? It's your favorite rapper bands. Salam Remy is best friends with Nas. You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
well,
But
well.
I take pride in calling myself his favorite rapper. So that's my dude. You know what I'm saying? And again, it was a dream come true to do that, especially work with Salam Remy. So even if it never happens again, I ain't even mad at it, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes you can't even duplicate, certain situations. You know what I'm saying? So either or, I'm with it though. You know what I mean?
From the past to the present, brother, let's talk El Camino, dog, because it's been a freaking long road for you. You got fucking mad mixtapes, mad albums under your belt, brother. You just dropped this one, and it's a dope um I guess seesaw from Salam Remy, a freaking multi-platinum producer, worked with some of the best in the industry. I went through the track list of El Camino, and I'm here like, who are these cats producing from? A lot of the cats I haven't heard of. They might be buzzing names in New York or maybe in Spanish Harlem and stuff, but they ain't cats that that I've heard too much from. And then I go into it, and all the beats are fantastic. What I love about all the beats is a lot of them, they found a way of reimagining a freaking familiar sample, like on the freaking
Mm-hmm.
the music love song, the freaking Mary J. Blige, freaking Isaac Hayes piano, freaking perfectly done. The fucking
Mm-hmm.
the Jerry Rivera freaking
Vera
yeah,
and the King, yeah.
yeah, man, on the King, fucking fantastic flip on that. Several tracks, several samples that I'm like, yo, I know that from somewhere else, but they flipped it different. The sample on is it not El Camino, dog? What's the track? Oh man, I forgot. I got it
Crime
on the playlist,
pays.
huh? On the Crime Pays. That shit fucking smooth as hell. A lot of dope production. Your boy, what's his name? Selfie. Is that on Crime Pays, or what's the one that
Nah, that's East versus that's East and West.
that track right there where you and him are going back and forth? Another cat I've never heard, but as I'm going through and I'm doing my write up, I'm here like, yo, it's funny because never heard of these cats, but he's putting them on and he's shining a dope light on them, just the same way as a Joel Ortiz did for us with you. And now in El
Right.
Camino, and you shine this light. What do you think that you've grown to this point in your career? Do you feel like you're at a point now where it's your job also to pass down and shine that light on other cats too, like it was on you? Because the album is fantastic. You don't got too many features on it, but the ones you do have are strong, man. Let us know a little bit about that organic building there.
Well, I realize now at this stage of my career, that the less features an album has, the more personal it gets to that artist. So by choice, I didn't want features because I dropped the album before that about 6 months ago, and I had shout out to my brother Kevin Gates. I had a feature with Kevin Gates on that album. So I know I've been in a position where I got the big features, and also been in a position where I got no features. What I realized is that depending on the climate, depending on what's your goal, they work differently. So for this particular album, I my goal was, if I make one last album, if I stop rapping tomorrow, how would that sound? And that's how I constructed this album. So I didn't want no features on this album, like no big name features, because I wanted the focus to be on me. If this is my last album, I don't want you to think about this big guy, that big guy. I want you to think about me. So that was the reason why I didn't want to go and try to fish and go look for big features. As far as you asking me, is it a responsibility or do I want to look out for other people? Absolutely. That's the reason why I made 10 Boys. That's the reason why I go so hard for my Latinos, because we lacked representation. We didn't have nobody that was looking like me where I'm from. We didn't have nobody to help other niggas or to put other artists under the wing and say, yo, that nigga's hot, that nigga's fire. Like, one thing that I pride myself into and I pat myself on the back for is I have an eye for talent. Like, I'll be seeing who's going to be popping or who has potential before a lot of people. And if you look through my career, you will see the people that I rub shoulders with. Like, there's been a lot of people where I got next to before they got popping. Like, Latinos in general. Like, I remember, shout out to my brothers, the Martinez brothers. Like, I knew they were going to be popping. I knew they were going to be big. Puerto Rican kids from the Bronx. They out of here now. Shout out to my brother DJ Carnage, big EDM producer. I knew he was going to be popping. I knew he was going to be big. Did work with him to put other people on. He's out of here now. The list goes on. I have a, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've been able to rub shoulders with other Latinos coming up, the Cap G's, the Snow the Products, the Immortal Techniques. Bro, like, I done put in work. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm respected as a Latino because it is about putting other people on. It is about helping. It is about saying, yo, that nigga nice, or featuring him. Like I'm saying, like, that's what it's really about. Like, each one teach one. You know what I mean? So I wanted this album to be the most personal album that I ever made, being that I felt like it was going to be the last album I'm ever going to make. So I knew I had to double down on the features, and I wanted the album to focus solely on me. You know what I'm saying? Like, and to focus solely on people that you might not ever heard of, but who are dope. Sell High, that's my guy. Like, he's from California. You know what I'm saying? Like, I met him out there. We recorded that song in the producer's garage in California. And it was a back and forth. And what's ill about him is that although he's from Cali, he has like this understanding of New York. Like, he has this understanding of, like, he knows what kind of movies and what I'm into and what kind of brands I like. He knows, he has knowledge of that, and he's from all the way out in the West. So we connected on a human level. And the way he even raps, he don't rap like a regular Cali dude. He rap like a dude who got influence from a New York nigga.
Yeah, I would have never guessed.
So we really met. We matched well, and that record, yo, bro, that record, we did that record. Crazy is that record might be the oldest record on that album, bro. I think I did that record in 2018, the ending of 2018. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a little secret for the fans. Like,
a little caveat,
you know, but
there,
that
yeah,
goes
man.
to show you how music is timeless.
Yeah, speed. I would have never guessed he was from Cali. First of all, I thought that was a dude from your block, man, because you cats got a synchronicity on it. I thought that was crew, because, and the way you guys are going back and forth on it is it's fire, man. But you know what? It's it's the way that you paint it as when you went into the album, writing it from the point of view of if this was my last album, man. The last song on the album, the El Camino song, man, and the video. I'm gonna play as soon as we say bye. I'm gonna play that and show it to the audience, man. What you doctored up with the Carlitos Way video, man.
Word up.
On it, and
Which Carlitos Way was shot in Spanish Harlem.
Yo, the other day I saw an interview with you, brother, and you went off talking about the famous people from Spanish Harlem, and it's dope, man, because I could see you got that pride for your city, man. And he said like, "Yo, freaking, I want to be Mark Anthony. Mark Anthony's from Spanish Harlem, dog." He said like, "Yo,
that's a fact."
Yo,
Mark Anthony, yo, where's Mark Anthony from? 110th Street, Willie? Where's Mark Anthony from? Where he?
Mom's from Jeff.
Yeah, like Mark Anthony's from around the way, bro. Like these Mark Anthony, another one. I mean, self-explanatory icon. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but he's from the barrio, bro. Like, he's from here, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm proud in where I'm from. Because you also got to understand, too, when I got the opportunity to speak my piece and make a name for myself, there was nobody from Spanish Harlem. There was nobody even saying Spanish Harlem at all. And these are facts. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I'm respected, because my shit is real. Like, I made it an issue. I made it a point. I made it a focus that I was going to say Spanish Harlem so much that you got annoyed with it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I remember even going on tour for the first time in 2012 when I first went on tour, going to Virginia, going to different, like, I went on like a 40-state tour, bro. Went everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Ann Arbor, went New Mexico. And these niggas never even heard of Spanish Harlem.
Spanish Harlem.
Looking at me like, yo,
where's that in Puerto Rico?
Word. They looking at me like Spanish Harlem. I just thought about Harlem. So I went to High 97, which is a radio station in New York City. I Power 105. I went to the blogs. I went to anything New York. I was saying Spanish Harlem. That was a focus of mine. That was one of the stomping points of Bodega Bamz, because I knew the more I said Spanish Harlem, the more it separated me from everybody else, because there was nobody from Spanish Harlem.
Nobody claiming it like that.
Nobody claiming it like that. You know what I'm saying? So I made a point, bro, to always say where I'm from, my hood, and to put it in different people's ears and in different areas all across the world, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You in that same interview, I think it was the 24-hour hip hop interview that you did, man, and you dropped some knowledge, man, and I just wanted to. I do my research, I do my studying on my artists and stuff, and there's little things that they allude to in an interview, and then they just keep moving. This piece, this little gem that you dropped, was worth more than just passing by. You said 2020, for people, of course, 2020 was a huge tragedy, a lot of lives lost, a lot of health loss, a lot of freaking, I mean, artists freaking touring. My bad, man, my mic's acting up. But you said you had a wonderful 2020, real productive. Thank God nobody else you died. But you said I went on a spiritual journey in 2020, and I'd like to my bad with the mic, especially with how the album ends and with the El Camino track. I think you sort of allude to it there, man. And a spiritual journey is something that's personal to everybody, but I think in every human being's life, we have to come to a point where we're faced with something life changing, or else we won't change and we'll keep on in the same ruts, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can you let your audience, man, that hangs on your words, that fucks with your music so much, into a little bit of that window of that personal life, and what you meant by that spiritual journey, and how that ties into that last song and how you end El Camino, man. And after that, we'll go ahead and say bye, and I'll let these people get blessed by the track. But I always want to leave my people here with a gem from the artist, because I know for you to put your words to pen and to paper and to record them, it's because there's something behind those words, man. So if you could go ahead and share that with the audience, brother.
Well, the song El Camino is the soundtrack to my life. plain and simple. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's the soundtrack to my life. And it's a song that will always be relevant to my life. So even when I play it 5 years from now, it's still going to be relevant. I'm still going to go through battles. I'm still going to go through spiritual warfare. So that song in my catalog is the most relevant song that I've ever created. And it's the most important song that I've ever created. As far as 2020 was a spiritual awakening for me because it taught me many things. One of the things it taught me, which I'm sure it taught many people, was this life is not promised. And so many people died, whether the numbers are fixed and whether it happened and it didn't, that's off for debate. But if you go by eyes view, so many people, so many numbers were shown of people passing that it showed you have to really live life as strong and as positive and as good as you can. You know what I'm saying? Like, the fact that I said in the last interview, you know, luckily for me, I already know what it is. I already know what it is to live on my own. But it's a difference with living on your own. There's a difference with somebody telling you have to stay alone, right? And that was a shocker to me. And that really humbled me because it put many things in perspective. And one of the things it put in perspective is my spirit, who am I? It put in perspective of how close and how tight do I want to be with God? You know what I'm saying? Like, it aligned that back. It was like awakening. It was I acknowledged to myself, like, nah, like this is an area in my life where I'm going towards that area and I need to make stronger. Because I was alone, because I had this opportunity to be alone, I looked at it as an opportunity. I had to spend that time strengthening myself with God. I had to spend my time reading the word. I had to spend my time. I feel like that was the most effective way to spend my time. I feel like that was the most progressive way to spend my time. To not be sitting back, reading the news, seeing what's next, but to be preparing myself for what's to come. So 2020 was great. I didn't make no money, really. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's been my worst year financially, but it made me realize that money ain't everything. And it made me realize that, and I already knew that before, but it kind of like really put the edge in the stone. And it made me realize that when the smoke clear and all said and done, bro, all we got is who we believe in. What I believe in is God. What I believe in is Jesus Christ. That's all I need. You feel me? Like, and it was scary at times. It was nerve-wracking. I didn't know what was going to happen, just like all of us was. But I didn't categorize it as the worst year. I didn't categorize it as, damn, this was a failure. Nah, man, that was an awakening, bro. That was everything. That was a baptism. That was a wash, man. Like, I needed that, bro. And it also put in perspective my music. It also put in perspective of, it realigned my message. It reimagined my message. What am I really doing this shit for? Like, why am I doing this shit for? A lot of things that was mattering to me prior, I had to tell myself, do they still matter? And should they matter? So it was, yo, bro, like, anybody who, if you was in 2020, man, and I don't mean to shit on nobody or try to say I'm better than anybody, but if you didn't use 2020 for your advantage, as far as like your intellect, your knowledge, yourself, your inner self, if you ain't use it to benefit yourself, bro, you just wasted a whole year, bro.
You can't say I didn't have time. You couldn't say I was
can't
too
say
busy.
that. If you in 2021 and you still the same person, bro, you lost, my brother or my sister. You know what I'm saying? You lost, bro, because that was the perfect opportunity and time to get in tune with self and higher self and higher God and what you believe in and what the truth is. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, like, I thank the Lord that nobody was, you know, I have family members who contacted the virus, but nobody died. And I thank the Lord for that. You know what I'm saying? Because I am a firm believer that God don't put you through nothing you can't handle. So God knew that exactly what he was putting me through. It was no surprise to him. He knew what he was doing. So I'm happy for that. You know what I'm saying? But put a lot of things in perspective. You know what I'm saying? Like, it put a lot of things back in order. A lot of plans got rearranged. And it showed me most importantly that I'm never in control, that God is always in control, that I'm on his time. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not in control. I'm only in control of my emotions, how I react. But destiny, the journey, I'm not in control of that, bro. This is what's going to happen. I had a whole plan for 2020, bro. I had a whole date. I had a whole everything. I had a whole rollout. And it all changed. Not only me, thousands of other people. So it made me, Pete, bro, not in control, bro. This is God's world. I'm living in it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's what I believe in.
Bams, thank you so very much for taking the time to talk to us, brother. It's been a fucking pleasure and honor talking to you, brother. Know that anytime you're coming down to Miami, hit up WVCC Cypher Life Radio, man. You got me on IG. Know that there's family down there. I mean, you're going to stay up with Salam Remy and his freaking 3-floor house with the 3 studios and shit, but still, dog, we would love to host you down here anytime, man. When you're ready to start touring again, we got you down here. Do me a favor, brother. Anytime they leave the show, all my guests, just tell them your name and let them know you're rocking with WVCC Radio, Cypher Life. Can you do that for me, brother?
Yo, shout out to Cypher Life, WVCC Radio. Shout out to the whole Miami, man. Shout out to the love and the support. If you listen to the album, if you liked it, if you shared it, man, it means a lot. My name is Bodega Bamz. If you never heard of me, I'm one of the illest. I'm one of the best. I'm one of the most fire when it comes to this music shit, man. When it comes to this whole thing, man. You know what I'm saying? And I got a top 10 album for 2021. And that's a fact. El Camino is out now.
El Camino is out there, baby. Bomb. Yo, everybody, you just heard him. My man freaking had a tough 2020. Do us a favor. Right now, you go. Yo, Jordan, you up there? If you could post the link to the El Camino right there on the chats. My people buy freaking merch, dog, and they buy records, dog. Go out there, cop that El Camino. I'm gonna leave you guys out with the El Camino. Brother, thank you so very much. You'll be blessed, all right? Oh yeah, and I wanted to tell you, man, I don't know if you've noticed, but you told me 4 stories during this interview of things that you envisioned, not even knowing. People say you got to speak it into existence. You didn't even speak it. You just envisioned it, and you've manifested it, man. And you believe in God, so that's God putting that in your mind. He puts in you the will, right? So just like you envisioned one day being a rapper when you saw freaking Smoke DZA doing it and you became that, just like one day you envision, I want to rhyme over Salam Remy's beats, and you dropped a classic album. Just like you said when you were a kid, I want to act one day, and you've acted. One day you're going to come out in a 50 Cent freaking show, okay? Just because you said, I'm going to work with that man because you ran into him in a sauna. You're going to manifest that, brother. And you're going to manifest your future as an actor, okay, brother? I pass that blessing on to you. Bodega Bamz, you got family down here, brother. Be good.
Love is love, bro. Thank you, brother, man.
Bless,
love,
man.
Bro.
Be good. WVCC Cypher Life Radio.